and gentlemen, and welcome back to Queen Qonging. And this month we've been doing Queen Qong women, Queen Qongers. We've been meeting fellow Queen Qongers, and I've had a good number of them. Really amazing women. And the one I'm about to introduce today is one of the best women I've met. Yani, an amazing mom, an amazing wife, an amazing woman, an amazing dancer, an amazing social media influencer. Yani, amazing, everything amazing. In fact, anaitangwa superstar. Huyu ni superstar wetu huko kwetu shago. Yeye ni superstar. Man, I don't even want to say your name. I want you to just tell them who you be. What is your name? What do you do? Yeah, tell us about yourself.
Hi.
Hi.
Thank you for having me. As in your intro, what else can I say? So my names are June Ngare, for those who know me via social media. But if unanijua from Kitambo, Yvonne June is my name.
Yeah.
So I am a social media manager. I'm a creative. I'm a dancer. I'm a mom. What else? I do so many things, but in a nutshell, I'm a creative.
And I would really love to explore all these things that you do, because you do quite a bit. I find you very creative, and that's actually the best way to describe you, is that you're very, very creative.
Yeah.
And I'd love, like, for the world to also see you as maybe some of us do, because we maybe spend a bit more time with you.
Yeah.
Tell us about, you're a dancer.
Yeah.
What's that about? Like, where did that start? How long have you been dancing? Tell me about your dancing, where you started, and just take me through that journey.
So I started dancing back in class 5. But then let's just forward up to high school. So I used to take part in music festivals. That was just something I had to do. Second term hainge pita without me taking part in music festivals.
Yeah.
So I started out, I used to study in Machakos.
Okay.
So I'm not a Kamba, but I made sure that I got into that group.
You even
For
learned
performing.
cow.
I learned cow. I used to be like the soloist, lead soloist.
Okay.
First, I started off as a drummist. Then I got to be the lead soloist. So from there, after high school, I had an itch of just wanting to be on the screen. So just like everyone else, I was part of the youth team in our church. I did some life skills and all that. But then I got into the dance group that was in that church. So we used to take part in something called Sparfest. I'm not sure if it exists right now, but that is one thing that we used to do. So when we were in Sparfest, there's this group which used to come to perform. They were so cool. They used to dress in ragged clothes. For us, my church was the kind of church that we were decent. Yes, we were cool, but not the kind of cool that was appealing to me. Yes. So as we were performing, there were guys who were coming as superstars. They were catching razors, then they just do their thing and go. I was like, oh, ni akina nani? Why am I just in the basic level? So fast forward, my boyfriend at the time introduced me to that crew. So I left this other group, which was called Impact, so that I can be on the screen and dance with these cool guys.
Were they already on the screen on the TV? Ah, okay.
At the time, they were called Alabaster.
Okay.
So by the time I was joining them, I think they had split.
Yeah.
So they were going by the name Altamin. So that's how I joined them. And pole nikaanza kwa music videos, which was so cool. I didn't care the amount of money I was making. My main aim was just to be on the screen.
Yeah.
And it was so amazing. So that's how I started dancing gospel. I've also done a couple of secular, but let's not talk about that. It was really my shady moments.
I love shady moments. Maybe we should give us a snippet of shadiness.
Hey.
Kidogo tu. Kona tunyima. Kidogo tu.
Okay, I did a video with Jimwat.
You did a video with Jimwat?
Yes.
Jimwat. Okay. Not that Jimwat is not a great artist. In fact, back in the day, Jimwat alikuwa mnoma.
But not for that song. Hey, Iyo tuache tu iyo.
No, yes. I'm even more curious than I was.
I think the video is called Demu Wangu, Kituka iyo.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, I'll go
So I
look
was
for
so
the song.
eager to be on the screen because I don't think I'm that person to be behind the scenes. I just wanted to be.
In front of the
Yes,
screen.
because all along I've thought to myself that I'm an entertainer,
Yes.
not someone to be behind the screen.
So that's how you describe yourself. You're an entertainer.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So, where are we at?
So you're telling me that so you did a lot of gospel,
Yes.
a bit of secular.
A bit of secular,
Uh-huh.
then gospel.
Yeah.
Then that's how I started even teaching schools, because
Oh.
right now I'm teaching ballet in schools.
Ballet.
Yes.
So were you ever trained in dance entirely for you to get to a point where you're actually training other people? Did you like go to dance school?
No, not really.
So even for ballet, you just taught yourself?
Yes, YouTube.
So even me, if I want, I can just teach
You
myself
can
ballet.
teach yourself, but you know it's kauna talent.
Eh,
But if you have,
podcast yangu June. Nakuambia.
but you know what? If you are interested,
Yeah.
we'll get there.
Okay, that's interesting. I didn't even think that ballet is something you can teach yourself. It looks so, I don't know.
Technical.
Yes, and
Yes, it is.
complicated.
So how I started teaching ballet, it's because now everyone in Kenya is dancing.
Okay.
There's no difference between a gospel dancer and a secular dancer, a hip hop dancer. We all look the same.
Yes.
So
You're
and
finding a
schools,
niche.
yes, and schools were like, what's the difference between your dance and someone else's dance? So rates here, they started going down. Yeah.
Because anyone and everyone could teach.
Yes.
And so
every
it doesn't make sense.
every student, every child is like, I know that move. What else can you teach me?
Oh, they're already exposed
Yes.
to dance out here. So there's very little that you as a teacher can teach them. Because it's already in the songs that they're listening to. That's quite interesting.
Yes. So that's how I diverted to ballet, because it's a different niche, then it's only relatable to kids like from grade 2 and below.
Ah, okay. And so that's dancing.
Yeah.
But at what point do you then not? At what point do you start becoming a mother? At what point do you transition from dancing to becoming a mother? And how does that affect dancing for you?
So one thing that came out of dance is dance got me to start doing comedy.
Okay.
So there's this group called Rip Crackers. At the time, they were looking for a girl to join their group. So that's how
So you're
I
funny
joined.
is what you're saying.
Yes?
You're funny is what you're saying. I'm asking.
I'm funny.
Tuchekeshe.
Utahav kulipia.
So.
Yeah, so from dance, I got into comedy. So they were looking for a girl to join their crew.
Okay.
So I got in as a dancer. Because now when they enter the stage, they need to have something appealing to engage the crowd. So that's how I got to be part of them. I learned their jokes, pole pole. Comedy was not my thing.
Yeah.
But like I said, I'm a creative. So it only takes time for me to learn, and I learn fast. So that's how I got to comedy. I joined them and I worked with them, I think, for 4 years. So during that time, that's when I got pregnant. In 2019.
Okay.
That didn't stop me from working. That didn't stop me from dancing or doing comedy. I did that till the end.
You're one of those pregnant dancing moms.
Yes.
You have videos of pregnant. You're those.
Yes.
Can we use one of those videos here?
Yeah.
Okay. We are going to put a video for you to see during
There's so many on TikTok.
Aki. I really, truly admire. Like, because to be honest, when I'm on my period, I can barely leave my bed. So
I think
for people to dance the way you guys do it, like when you're pregnant, I'm very proud of you guys. You know, so Anoma.
Imagine.
So you danced all the way through to the end.
Yes, I danced all the way. Yeah. And I think for me that's an outlet. Because pregnancy comes with a lot of things. There's pregnancy hormones, stresses. You're new to this thing because that was my first baby. You don't know what to do when you're pregnant because no one tells you. You have information, but not enough information.
Yeah.
Now that you're going through everything yourself.
Yeah.
So dance was an outlet for me.
And you know, it's very interesting when I was having a conversation with you, I think yesterday, and I was asking about the influencer because there's a point where when you were pregnant, especially with your second baby, you were really big on social media.
Yeah.
And I think I saw you got some good brand deals over there. You are making some guap. And it is interesting you were talking about the women who are influencing on social media for motherhood are not necessarily, were not in your age bracket.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
So back to my first pregnancy, I was trying to get someone who is relatable.
Okay.
Someone who talks about pregnancy struggles, what you need to do when you immediately know that you're pregnant, how you're supposed to go about pregnancy, things like that. And there was no one at the time who was relatable to me. I used to find Yummy Mommy at the time.
Yeah. I love Yummy Mommy. I'm a believer of Yummy Mommy.
But
and I'm not a mommy.
She was good, but
Yeah.
her content, I don't think it was appealing to my age group. So I started creating content in regards to what I was going through at the time.
So what you created what you were looking for.
Yes.
Okay.
But at the time, I was just sharing my experience and doing a little bit of research, telling guys, this is what I'm going through, this is what I'm learning. Then I think guys started, young moms started relating to my content, and that is how I grew my following from 2019.
Yeah.
So from there, that's how I started getting brand deals. Like my first one, I was so new to the influencing thing.
Yeah.
No one taught me, no one helped me out in any way. So I had to figure it out.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was report writing. I didn't know there was...
Able give me the notes, looking forward to becoming an influencer, for Queen Qong. So you're saying that there's what?
There's report writing.
You have to write. You don't just get mula and you finish.
And you finish at you just count the number of people who engage with your content. Apana.
So you have to write a report to the brands that work with you. Yes. Okay.
That's the annoying part of it. Because nishafanya job yangu. I've created content. People have.
But I guess it makes sense from a marketing perspective where the brands have to see their return on investment.
Yes,
so it's very important to hear. What else was there?
I had to learn everything by myself. Because again, I didn't have friends who are influencers or content creators. Me, I was just doing my thing. Sharing from what I'm going through. And that's how, I've said it, I grew my following.
Yes.
And from there, brands kanza kukam. I didn't know how to go about it. I didn't know if I'm supposed to approach them. Like me, I was just blindly going through everything. But the good thing about it is, once you create a community, they start making you the influencer you want to be. Like they sell your stuff without you making so much effort. You don't have to go around, hey, I'm a content creator, hey, follow my... That's what I did with my YouTube page, and it was a struggle, but you learn through.
And you've been silent on social media.
Yes,
you've been so silent, June. You've been so silent. I can say that Queen Qong might be the one launching you back, but what's that about? Why have you been silent on social media?
A lot has been going through. So from being a content creator, stroke influencer, I was at a space where I need to get something else to do with this space, because I feel like I have information ready to share with other people who want to start content creation. Okay. So I went ahead and did a course on social media management.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Are you going to help us? Put down in the banner.
So yeah, I have a page called Socially Able, where I talk about content creation.
Actually, Ujani, that one you've not plugged me. I need to go check that one.
No, So my niche is I'm serving content creators only. So there are different social media managers. Okay. There are those that help you with advertising. There are those that do everything, page management and all that. What I do is I teach content creation.
Wow.
Yes.
I have
masterclass coming soon.
Writing up, as in sign me up, yo. I really, personally, struggle with social media because I'm a sporadic sharer. Those people who today, this week I've shared 2 videos. Oh wow! That on my stories, and it was spur of the moment.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I just feel like talking about this. And so when I was talking about tea, chai, I was just drinking tea, and I felt like I have an overwhelming love for tea, and I need everyone to know
To
just
know
how
that,
much I love tea.
right?
So that's how I share content, and I find that parodic thing is not sustainable, to be honest.
Yeah.
So I think I would really benefit from that. So you feel like you needed time to repackage your content and do it better.
That's where I'm at right now. Because
Yeah.
now I have two accounts. One doing social media management, the other one
Mm-hmm.
doing influencer things.
Things.
Yeah.
Okay. And how would you say that? And I need you to like just be honest with us, man. Us we are young peeps over here. We are not married. We don't have children. We are living our best life, quite frankly. Like
Yeah.
I can easily pack up and go. And
Yes.
I have nowhere to go currently, no money to go. But if money and
Yes.
like I can easily pack
For
up
me,
and go.
kitokea.
For content, for stuff like that.
Yes.
But like, how has getting children, being in a setup of a family, how has that affected your life and your creativity? How has that been also? Because I feel like it's very easy for us to see June, the content creator, and all that. But what about June personally? How does that look like?
It's heavy. That's what I'll say. It's heavy.
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 Hey!
It's heavy because now I'm not only June. I'm June. First of all, I'm a mom. Then I'm someone's person.
You're
So
someone's personal person.
yes. So I think those are the things that make it heavy. Because now I have to deal with that first. Then these other things come but die. Which sometimes it's kind of unfair because it's like I'm putting me on hold so that I serve the other people first. And it's just heavy.
It's heavy.
It's heavy. Because having a baby, having two babies.
And I've seen you as a mom, Julie. You're such a great mom. You're a mom I admire. No, can I just be honest? I've seen you with you. I was actually even saying this earlier. Like, I've seen you with your babies. You are very, those Dettol moms, the overprotective one, the one who puts a bubble on their child. That is you, babes. As in, you are such a good mom. You're such a present mom.
Thank you.
Very protective. And I think your children are very lucky to have you. Continue.
I hope it stays the same.
Yeah.
At times, I don't feel like I'm doing enough. At times, I don't feel like I'm giving them my all. Just because now there are different facets to who I am. So back to what's making this whole thing heavy is I think we were not taught enough when it comes to growing up, what you need to do when you get your first baby, what it entails. No one talks about these things until when you get into it. That's when you sort of figure it all by yourself as you're going. And no one talks about all this. Like, there's no institution that talks. You see, the way the institution's talking about marriage, there's no institution talking to you about motherhood, because that's part of marriage, you get. And no one tells you you'll have to put yourself aside, you cater for your baby. Then it's you. It's unfair again because it's the mom that gets to do that, not the mom and dad. Because now my life had to come to a stop or to a pause so that I accommodate everything else. So I gave birth via CS.
For both children?
For both kids. Which it wasn't, I didn't choose it. So my first baby didn't turn. I forgot the name. Yes, she didn't turn. So I stayed until the last day. My doctor was like, you're going to kill your baby. So you need to get in and get it out. So that's how I ended up doing CS. Now I got the second one, I guess, too early in regards to my scar healing. Yes. So again, it had to be CS.
Wow. So
now imagine having kids and having to do content through it all. I'd say it gets easier because now the first one I got to learn about it. The second one at least I know things that I had to go through with the first one. So it was kind of easy, because even the healing process was easier. But then when it comes to me personally and things I want to do, it's heavy. It's heavy. Things there are things that I really want to do, but they can't come to fruition right now.
Like what? Because in this podcast, you might speak and it will be very prophetic. What are
Right?
some of the things that you as June
Mm-hmm.
feel like you've had to put aside? What are the things that you as June really, really wants to do? Let's just put it out there.
Like, one thing that I really want to bring to life is having a social media school.
Wow.
Yeah. So that is from teaching kids to anyone else who wants to get into content creation. So having a studio or a place, you see, like Sarakasi Dome, the way
Yes.
it's equipped,
Yes.
or the same thing but for content.
You really like social media.
I love content.
You do. You really
And I
do.
just came by it by mistake. It's not something that I wanted to.
Yeah.
It's not something that I had before, like dance. But it's just an avenue for allowing people to, yes, to be creative.
So you want to create a school for that.
Yes.
And it's very important, because I feel like there are rules, unspoken rules of social media, and especially for the generation that has been born into social media.
Yes.
There are rules that I think privacy, protection, security,
Yeah.
but also just to conduct yourself, because the internet never forgets.
Yes.
And
Yes.
things like this. I feel like there's just so much there.
Yeah.
Because even when you talk to people who have some sort of are not very keen on being on social media, you discover that it's just that they're a bit scared.
Yes.
Because what I put out is what I put out.
Yeah.
And somehow it might come back to bite me. And so I have to be very careful, about what I say and how I say it. And so I think that's such a great opportunity. Is there anything else that you feel like June really wants to do?
Apart from social media,
Yeah.
just having an outlet for moms. Yeah.
Creating a space.
A space for moms, where of course dance will be part of it.
Ooh.
But also I think we have a lot of baggage and a lot of things we keep to ourselves that we have nowhere to talk about.
Yeah.
We just need an outlet, or I wouldn't say a community, like a self-help group. Me, I don't know how to call it, but I feel like we really need a space where we as moms just share what we go through. And young moms, everything from when you have sex, contraceptions, your kids, where they go to, as in relationships, all that. Because I think we are living in times where things are not, you only take what society gives you.
Yeah.
Yes. You're not well educated or exposed to the right things. So you only come by the right things when you are in that situation.
Danny.
When you're in trouble. That's when you realize, oh my God, this is not what I thought it will be.
Yeah.
When you get into that relationship where it becomes toxic.
Yeah.
And that's when you start thinking to yourself, how did I get here?
Yeah.
What should I do?
Yeah.
Who should I talk to? So I think we just need people who serve that community for what it is.
Yeah. If you would, and we're coming to a close, by the way, I don't want to keep you here for 15 hours. At Queen Qong, we do it quick. But if you would, go back to your younger self, 2 questions. One, what would you change? But also, what would you advise yourself, like a younger June, now having gone through what you have and having learned and becoming a whole Queen Qong, manzi?
Wow, what would I change?
Yeah.
One, I would have stayed in my mother's house
for as long as you can.
For as long as I can. As in, now that opens up another story.
Yeah.
So I left home, I would say at an early age, since I was running away from whatever was happening at home, without knowing I'm running away. So back to this dance group.
Yeah.
So it occupied me in a good way. But then it was sort of a distraction. But sasa, back home things were happening, which I had not dealt with.
Yeah.
So from joining this group, I met a handsome young lawyer man.
Handsome.
Akanichanganya.
Yeah.
So I got into a relationship which was not what I could have picked right now.
If you were to go, you would pick something different for yourself.
I would have waited. I would have sorted whatever was going on, because I had a lot that was going on. I think I would have sorted myself out. I would have tried to
Heal.
First of all, understand what I'm going through so that I heal.
So you feel like by that time you didn't even know what was happening?
I didn't know. I was just looking for a safe space, and he was my safe space at the time, plus dance.
Yes.
So that's one thing I would have changed. I would just have waited and got to learn myself better. As I'm dancing, getting to know what am I running away from, what is going on back at home, what are the things that I need to heal and drop, and understand as I'm growing, what are the things I need to learn, so that even as I'm growing, I get to mold myself in a different way from what I grew up seeing.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's very interesting. That's not the answer I was expecting, quite frankly. But I feel like that just opens up this conversation around how I feel like the society tricked women to getting married early, because when you get married early, you still don't know.
Yeah.
You still don't know what you want. You don't even know yourself. You're just there clueless.
You don't.
And handsome men just come and you're like, handsome man. And I like what you're saying, because it also just affirms people who've waited and have, like myself, who've taken time to figure it out. Because sometimes we feel like we made the wrong decisions by, by waiting, by looking for ourselves in the middle of everything. But I feel like you have really affirmed me today. You really, really have. You truly
You're on the right path. Plus, I think when you get to 18, I remember I was so quick to be an adult, to get your ID. Utanisho.
Yeah.
That was me to my dad. Utanisho.
Yes.
I have an ID. I can do anything. But then you get that ID, you know nothing. You're still a child. So me, I'm there at a 22-year-old trying to figure things out, and I'm only a 4-year-old adult. Right? At 22.
4-year-old adult. That one is due.
But nakimbiza maisha.
Yeah.
So I think I would just have waited and taken things slowly and listened to and just. I think I would have been intentional.
Yeah.
In learning from my mom's mistakes.
Yeah.
Learning from people around me, my family, things I need to unlearn and learn.
Yeah.
And also I would have attached myself to the right people.
Okay.
Yes. Right people.
That one is...
Not things that I'm seeing they are good for me, because again I know nothing, but to the right people. But I was say right pia sengine wana bo. Because it's the same thing that you are hearing from high school.
So please explain that one. Right people. Who are the right people?
Like just getting, when you're growing up, it's hard to get this right person who's speaking sense. There's one thing that I know when you're growing up, there's if you're growing up in church, the word says train up a child in the way
of the Lord, and
and they'll never
depart from
That's
it.
one thing that helped me to knowing that I should not do certain things.
Yeah.
So if I had just attached myself to the right person who's speaking the kind of language that I could listen to, someone who's young, someone who's hype. For now, I would say, I think Pastor T.
Oh, Pastor
At the
Wangi.
time,
yes,
he was like the right person, but me, because I was rebellious, unanisho.
Right person for it.
For talking to us as youths at the time.
I thought you unasema mlikuwa mna date.
Oh no.
Yes. Ningekwambia sister hata mpako hivi. Like ili uliinama ikapita.
Hapana.
You know. Hey, hiyo ningekuwekea lawama
Hapana. And also I think my group leader at the time.
So what you're saying is who and what you're listening to as a young person really matters. And we all need to make sure that we're listening to the right things as young people.
Yes.
Okay.
And we all know the right things, but
we do.
Somehow
they seem boring. They seem they're not as trendy as we'd love it to be.
I think they're not packaged to fit the youth.
They're not packaged nicely.
Because it's all about packaging.
Woo!
Sindio?
Babes, it's all about points.
It's all about packaging.
The other question I would ask, I'd asked you too, so what would you change? But what advice would you give a younger you?
So my younger self was going through a lot. My younger self was fighting a lot of battles, and I didn't understand why. So the advice I'd give her is just know that the devil is not fighting where you are. The devil is fighting where you're going. Yeah?
I'm just throwing gang signs. Because what?
Yes. So I remember me struggling. And I think if I knew that this struggle is necessary for where I'm going, I would have embraced it and did my best to just prove that I'm a Queen Qong at the time. You are
a Queen Qong. Hey!
So yes, that's the advice. And I wish someone told me that at the time.
I really, really love that. I don't even want to drag this on because this is a good high to end it on. Thank you so much, June, for just coming. Thank you for sharing so honestly and vulnerably.
Yeah.
Thank you for just even helping us understand some things. Because I feel like there's just a lot that you've opened even for me and even affirmed me. But above all, I want to just bless the things that you want to do in future.
Yeah.
You know, those dreams you have, I genuinely believe in them. I feel like you're onto something great. And truly the devil was fighting where you're going. Because manze, you are greatness. When he's superstar. Woko kwetu ile chachiti shago. You are a superstar for sure. And God is not done. And God has just started on you. I can't wait to see. And I feel like everything you want is within your reach.
Yeah.
Just start and you can get there.
Asante.
I cannot wait to see.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in to Queen Qonging. Thank you for just listening to this amazing interview with June. Tune in next week, same time, same place. And follow us on Instagram, Twitter, everywhere. Queen Qonging. Just follow us and continue to Queen Qong with us.